Hey guys, it is Deborah. Are your shoulders feeling wonky? Because I know mine are. Yeah, and I know exactly what I did. I've been on my computer and my phone working, so I've been in this rounded posture position, which is not the posture we want. We want our neck long, chest wide, shoulders back. We want to be confident. That's not where I've been at. And I also decided to go with a heavier set of weights for an exercise move that I'm actually not quite posturally ready for. And I totally did it to myself, and the tendon in my right arm is letting me know that. And while rest is a very important thing and something that you and I both have done, we also need to make sure that we are mobilizing this area in a very safe way. So today's beginner shoulder mobility warm-up is really designed to help open up the chest, to strengthen the upper back, strengthen the muscles in the rotator cuff, so that you can continue to familiarize yourself, and myself too, with our arm bone in our shoulder socket. We have 4 moves. The first 3 moves we are going to be doing for 1.5 minutes. The last move we are going to be doing for 2 minutes. You do not need any weights for the duration of today's workout. In fact, if you're injured like I am, you do not want to be using any weights. However, if you are not injured and you are just using this as a warm-up for your shoulders before you go off to the gym or whatever you are doing, feel free to use weights for the last move. Again, all of the moves are very beginner. So, if you are here with me today, go ahead and give yourself and this video a thumbs up. Roll out your mat. We're going to go ahead and get started. All right, so let's go ahead and set ourselves up for some proper alignment. Begin by just exhaling and softening the body. When you are ready, inhale, lift your shoulders up off of your rib cage and widen across your collarbone. Exhale, draw your inner armpits back and your back ribs on up. The back ribs are going to be the shelf for your shoulder blades. Both blades are going to be flat on your back, elbows into the sides of your body. You can drop your arms. All we're going to do from here is just lift on up and make a small U as we squeeze the muscles in between our shoulder blades. All right, I'll go ahead and start the music and the timer. All right, so taking our small U and we're squeezing the muscles in between our shoulder blades. So the movements aren't coming from the arms, they're coming from the muscles underneath the shoulder blades and in the rotator cuff. So as you can see, the small U is just helping me move with the anatomy of my body to help really stretch open the chest and strengthen the upper back. You can see here, you can pretend as if you had a nut in between your shoulder blades and you're squeezing it, crushing it. See that? All right. Again, continuing to use the muscles underneath the shoulder blades to drive the motion. You got it. I love it. Yeah, that's what we got. Waking up the chest. I'm already feeling a bit looser. Yeah, I like that. I love this exercise because I'm not really having to use my arms, and my arm doesn't want me to use it anyways because it's sore, but I'm really getting the strength where I really need it. Yeah. Safe way to navigate our injuries while continuing to build. We're going to make small circles backwards. Again, using the movement of the muscles in and around the rotator cuff and underneath the shoulder blades. Not so much, we're not using the arms, okay? None of these arms to make these movements. All coming from underneath the shoulder blades and in the rotator cuff. Now, be mindful of the width of your chest. For the longest time, I didn't want to admit to myself that I have pretty broad shoulders, which means I have a very wide collarbone. And because of that, I always was driving my arm bone inward when it actually needed to be moving and widen more across my collarbone. I was missing that cue for a long period of time. It just took me a while to settle into what that felt like for my body. And maybe that's happening for you too. Maybe it's not. These top ribs stay knitted in. So we're really just warming up, waking up the shoulders. I'm feeling already looser. Let's keep going. That's it. You got it. Think about the muscles right in the armpit too, the upper armpit. Hello. Now we're gonna go forward. I don't necessarily like rounding my shoulders as much forward as I do rolling them back, but this motion is also just as helpful just to continue to loosen up this area and really just work stability and movement into this part of our body. Yeah, so you're gonna have to let me know in the comments below, do you prefer rolling your shoulders forward or do you prefer rolling them back when it comes to these two moves? Curious to see what the general answer will be. This feels really, really good. Yeah. You feeling good too? That's the point. All right, let's keep going. So we're approaching spring here in Boston, and it's one of those months, the month of March, where we could either get more snow or we could begin to start seeing some flowers blooming. Just gonna have to roll the die and see what happens. Keep going. All right. Only got one move left. Almost there. All right, now we're gonna come down to our backs. I want both shoulder blades on your back and your arms into a goalpost motion. We're gonna pretend like we're doing our shoulder presses. We're gonna just move through this motion in a very, very safe way, okay? Now again, the movement isn't coming from your elbow or your wrist or your hands. It's coming from the muscles in the rotator cuff. So you really need to make sure that the arm bone stays in socket, and that way we can strengthen them, okay? I already can feel it in my arms. I can also feel my arm bone fighting me on this because I have a bit of scoliosis in my spine. So it comes back to my hips being twisted, and it takes that twist into my upper back. So when I do go to do shoulder presses, I have to be very, very mindful of what my proper alignment is. And I find that this type of beginner movement really helps me retrain my brain to fire the muscles in my rotator cuff as opposed to just driving the weight using perhaps maybe my chest or my lower back. But again, my ribs are knitted in, so the movement is ease and the burn is real. Let's keep going. Waking up those shoulders. And I love how this isn't triggering the tendon in my right arm to be angry, but at the same time I'm able to bring movement back into my arm, which is exactly what I've been wanting to do, because I can't wait to get back to the exercises that I was working on, the poses and yoga that I was working on. But I do have to honor where I am at today. And looks like we are done. So you can bring those arms down and relax all the way down. That was awesome. I hope your shoulders feel as phenomenal as mine do, and that your chest is nice and open, your blades are on your back, and your neck is nice and long, and that you are holding proper posture, because that is so very important to our confidence and to our continuation of healing. Give yourself a round of applause for making it through that workout. Let me know in the comments below if you like the shoulder rolls forward or back. Just out of fun, I want to know what you prefer. And if you want to let me know what you want to work on next, that would be great as well. Don't forget to subscribe to Aline Postures. I hope you all have a great upcoming week. I'll see you all later. Bye.